can resist us!
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 22 in season number 3 of the Turkey Hills Series. Only 3 races left until we crown its champion at the Homestead Miami Speedway, which will be next week at this very time. But anyways, we are here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway for race number 22 in the United Kingdom. The Aldi 300, a 30-lap race around this just shorter than a 1.5 mile speedway in the United Kingdom, and this will definitely be a major factor to the championship because we got the guy who's second in the point standings coming into this race, starting second, ahead, few positions ahead of the points leader. Anyways, Trey Barto, who is the points leader, still has a 34-point lead ahead of the guy who's second in the points, Marty Johnson. Ryan Madden, 35 points behind. Reagan Whitlock, 59 points behind. And Josh Alexander, 70 points behind. That's the top 5. These point standings are really spreading out, and Trey Barto keeps on taking him to the cleaners. That's where he's taking him. Can't think of it. But he's definitely been doing a fantastic job this season. And he comes into this race with a 34-point lead, and he finds his way into the top 10 in most of these races. And if he can continue to do that until Homestead, he's going to be the guy hoisting the championship trophy next week. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off for the Aldi 300. Starting lineup rolling on the bottom of your screen. We have the 07 of Garrett Zinor starting on the pole, a 2-time winner this season. And he might still possibly have a shot. I don't know how far behind he is. I really haven't checked, like 6th through 10th in the points. But I'm pretty sure he's still in the top 10 in the point standings, and he definitely could have a shot at this championship, especially if he can win this race here today. Alongside him, the guy who's second in the point standings, Marty Johnson, in the number 20. Row number 2, a couple of part-timers, a couple of dodges. Number 15 of Nate Bell, and the number 40 of Tyler O'Reilly. Nate Bell won the last time he was here in the Turkey Hills Series at Boston last week. Josh Alexander, 5th in the points standings, starting alongside Elijah Gordon. And it's the number 18 of Nathan Stapleton, the defending champion, who unfortunately probably won't win the championship this season, but still a decent season for him in the number 18. He's going to round out the top 10 starting positions alongside Isaac Nichols. Trey Barto, the points leader, not too far behind. I do believe he is starting in 17th position. Yes, 17th position for the number 2, Trey Barto. And not too far back. He is on the inside lane. And he definitely has a great shot at getting a good finish here today. But the guy who's second is starting on the outside pole alongside Garrett Zinor, who leads the field down here for the Aldi 300 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. 07 with the advantage, but he's not pulling away from the rest of these guys. 3 wide. Oh boy, Marty Johnson getting shuffled at a line in the 20 as Josh Alexander made a bold move 3 wide for second place, and he's gone for second place as Zinor takes the lead on lap 1. That could have been big for Marty Johnson, who's trying to catch up to the 2 of Trey Barto in the point standings. There are only 3 races left, and that could have very well sealed it for the number 2 of Trey Barto, but fortunately for Marty Johnson, it did not happen. But he's still stuck on the outside, falling back in the number 20. Zinor leads the first lap of action here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. How about Nate Bell? He's always running up front in these races, running 3rd place right now in the number 15. Tyler already right behind him in the number 40. How about Nathan Stapleton? Haven't really talked about him too much this season in these races. Haven't really had too strong of a season, unfortunately. But here he is running in 5th place right now. And with a good shot at possibly winning this thing here today. Tyler already taking 3rd away from the 15 of Nate Bell. Josh Alexander closing in on the all-time winningest driver, Garrett Zinor. Zinor trying to get number 17 of his career here today at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. But he's got to hold off this hard-charging Josh Alexander, who's still in the championship hunt. 70 points behind, but he could definitely close up 70 points in 3 races. And the best way to do that is to win. And that's what that 87 wants to do, taking the lead on lap 3 here at Rockingham from Garrett Zinor. Senor, though, is going to try to get to the inside of the 87, and he is going to do it entering turn number 2. So they're side by side for the lead. Senor almost bumping into the 87, but not able to make the pass quite yet and clear him. Exiting 3, he will do so. No, he actually won't. Alexander getting a run on the outside. But Senor will clear him through turn 4, and Garrett Senor is back up front here in the Aldi 300. Senor has won at Texas and Road America this season. And he's definitely one of the best drivers we have here on Napa Fan. 18 of Nathan Stapleton. Running third, Tyler Uridi, Nate Bell, Isaac Nichols. 3 part-time drivers right there. Then it's Reagan Whitlock and Marty Johnson running in 8th. Where he's running, he'll still gain a decent amount of points on the 2 of Trey Barto, but Barto would remain in the lead. Landon Napa and John Arndt round out the top 10, as Trey Barto currently runs in 17th position. He's right where he started in the number 2. But remember, we didn't think he was going to get a good finish at Auto Club last time, but that crash right there at the end allowed him to get a top 10 finish, and he is still the points leader, and the points leader by more points than what he was in the last race. A 34-point lead compared to a 6-point lead heading in to Auto Club. Josh Alexander looking to close in on Garrett Senor. And excuse me if I happen to cough anytime during this race. For some reason I got gunk all built up there right near my vocal cords, and just not the best feeling right now. It's real itchy, you know. It's like I gotta itch it. I hate it, but you know what? I'm going to power through for you guys, because you guys deserve a good race here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And Josh Alexander is going to take the lead away from Garrett Senor. Stapleton closing in on the 07 for second. But the 87, Josh Alexander, like I said, he has a shot at the championship. He has not won a race yet this season, but he has definitely been very consistent. And he would definitely love to get a win and shoot himself into championship contention with only 2 races left in the season. Stapleton has gotten around Garrett Senor, but Senor is fighting back in the 07. How about Nate Bell? This guy is good. One of 2 part-time drivers to win this season, him and Cameron Garlington. And the 15 winning the last race he ran in here in the Turkey Hill Series at Boston. He currently runs in the 4th position. The caution is out. Davey Johnson. It looks like his day is going to be done in the number 43. And our first caution coming out on lap 8 of 30 here in the Aldi 300. Josh Alexander leading the field in the number 87. And these guys are probably going to come down the pit lane and make their first pit stops of the day. The whole thing is, I don't know if they're going to have to make another one before this race is over or not. Normally on the 1.5-mile racetracks, it's about a 20-lap fuel window. And who knows? That 20-lap fuel window could very well happen. And these guys are going to be coming down the pit lane right near the finish like they were last time at Auto Club. Anyways, it does appear that everybody is going to come down the pit lane for service. And I do believe that is going to be the case. You see Davey Johnson there in the 43. We're going to go ahead and review what happened to him after we review the pit stops here on lap 9 of 30 here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Josh Alexander leading the field down the pit lane, followed by Stapleton, Senor, Nate Bell, and Isaac Nichols. We're going to follow with the 87. The 40 of Tyler already just bumped into him, and I think the 20 of Marty Johnson just bumped into the 15 of Nate Bell. I'm not sure if that's going to have any effect on our leader, but we're just going to have to see. He is very easily the first guy off the pit lane. Stapleton's going to come out second. Senor, Nate Bell, and Isaac Nichols, the way they came in is the way they're going to come out the pit lane. Well, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here in the Aldi 300 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Well, it's the infamous Turn 1, just like the Turn 4 at Daytona when they're going 4 wide. Turn 1 here at Rockingham, where these guys slide. And you see the 48 sliding into the 43, just losing a little bit of grip and getting him to that Richard Petty Motorsports machine, and that one's gotta hurt. Driver's door first into the inside wall with no safer barrier. And thankfully, this is not the real thing, because that really could have hurt him if that was the real thing. But fortunately, this isn't the real thing, and real life Davy Johnson's just fine, but his car isn't, and that will most likely result in a last place finish for the number 43. As you can see, definitely a very bad ending to his day here at Rockingham. Davy Johnson, he goes straight into the inside wall. And I think that slowed his car down. The angle that he hit slowed himself down enough that by the time he got back onto the racetrack, nobody was behind him ready to hit him. So fortunately, a one-car incident, but still a very tough one for Davy Johnson. And that one's just a hard one to watch, how hard he got into that inside wall. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the restart here. Josh Alexander leading the field in the number 87. Back here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, Josh Alexander is the leader. Davy Johnson, I do believe, is out of the race in the number 43 after that massive impact at the inside wall exiting 1. But Josh Alexander continues to lead in the 87. Nathan Stapleton, Garrett Zinor, a couple of veteran drivers there. One of them has a championship, the other doesn't, but the other one has 16 wins, and that's the 07 of Garrett Zinor. Of course, they didn't all come in the 07, but elsewhere here on Napa Fan, he is racked up those 16 wins. Nate Bell and Isaac Nichols round out the top 5 starting positions for the restart. And Josh Alexander gets a great jump on the 18, the defending champion, Nathan Stapleton. Zinor trying to get to the inside of the 18 for second place. This 07 trying to get his 17th career win. He's actually helping the 18 of Nathan Stapleton, who's going to get a great run to the inside of the 87 of Josh Alexander. And it's going to be a tight one there. Sinor's going to close up to these guys. Stapleton to the inside of Josh Alexander, and that looks very much like the finish of the Hers Dash Series race we had here on Monday. Sinor looking to get to the inside of the 18 for the lead. Stapleton leading the field here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. But the 07 has a run to the inside, and Garrett Sinor, the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan, looking for number 17. I'm sorry if it annoys you that I keep on saying that. But that's a big thing. I mean, he's the all-time winningest driver, and he continues to rack them up. Leading the field here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And all my guys from Alabama, they keep on winning awards in college football. That's cool. Yeah, if you heard my ESPN alert back in there. Anyways, Nate Bell looking to the inside of Garrett Zinor for the lead. And this part-time driver bumping into the 07 to Garrett Zinor, trying to win his second race in a row. He was able to come home with the victory at the Boston International Raceway, and here he is leading the field at Rockingham halfway through the Aldi 300. And halfway is going to result in another caution. Yellow lights are on. Nate Bell's going to win the race back. Ferdinand Gabat in the 16 involved this time with Emmanuel Hartnett, Cameron Gaju, Jonathan Skimnicki, and it's possible third place in the points. Ryan Madden was also involved. Oh, and the 51 of Noah Carr is also involved as well. And it looks like we might have had a massive incident here. Looks like exiting turn 2 here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. We're going to go ahead and see if these guys come down the pit lane. Nate Bell back up front, a familiar sight here in the Turkey Hill Series when he races. Oh, and he's going to stay out. Well, some guys are going to come in, and we got a split strategy here. Late in the going, actually not really late going, but midway through the going here in the Aldi 300. Sinor, Stapleton, Josh Alexander, Reagan Whitlock, John Arndt coming down. Points leader Trey Barto also coming down the pit lane. It's going to be interesting. We got about 6, 7... I say we got ourselves maybe 12 guys staying out. And the rest of them coming in. And I think if these guys who are coming in take tires especially, I think they're going to be at an advantage to the guys who stayed out. But we're just going to have to see. Sinor wins the race off the pit lane. He'll be 13th, while Nate Bell will lead the field to the restart when we restart. But first, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring up the second caution here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And this was a very long crash, and when I say long crash, I mean it dragged out, I should say, very, very long, as in time-wise. terribly explain that. Josh Alexander getting into the 0 of Isaac Nichols, pushing the 51 of NOAA cars down, and that is too similar to Davey Johnson's crash earlier in this one. That 51, though, not getting away with it like Johnson did this time, as he was a lot higher in the pack than those other guys were. I'd like to note out there, you see Johnson and Gordon there, along with Oridi. They almost crashed, but they didn't. Gabat into the 51. Almenhard avoided it, but the 4 did not. Hard into the outside while he went. Cameron Gaju hard into the 4 of Emmanuel Hartnett. I think Skimnicki is going to get involved in this one in the 70. Yep, he's going to get into that 25, and these guys trying to slow down, and they do a decent job of it. Really did not have ARCA brakes in that situation, near as much as we did in that last crash at Auto Club last time. But these guys getting involved here. We've seen bigger crashes here before at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, but still, that's a good old-fashioned crash where they spin off of turn 1 into the grass and they come back up through turn 2, and it usually does not end too well when that happens. Follow with the 51 of NOAA cars. And the 87 got into the 0, and the 87 almost went down, but the 51 actually saved him. But nothing much could save that 51 from all these other cars. 16 getting involved, the 4, the 25, and the 70. The guys getting the major damage in this one. Tough break for those guys involved in this one. That's just the way it is sometimes, and sometimes, especially at a racetrack like this, it's inevitable. Nate Bell continues to lead, but he, along with 11 other guys, stayed out while other guys came in. How will that affect the rest of the race? We'll see when we restart here in the Aldi 300. Back here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway in the Aldi 300, Nate Bell leads the field in the number 15, a part-time driver. He won in his last start here in the Turkey Hill Series, looking for his second win of the season. Landon Napa runs in second. Isaac Nichols, another part-time driver. He's been having a terrible season, but he's got a nice third-place finish running for him here in the number 0. 42, Alex Bonsignor. 99, Cookie Helms. Marty Johnson coming into this race second in the points. He runs 7th right now. A good deal of positions ahead of the 2 of Trey Barto. Now, Barto most likely will still be the points leader at the end of this race, especially if he finishes in the top 20. But you never know what's going to happen. And definitely, if Marty Johnson could close up to the 2, it could definitely have a big effect on the championship battle. Landon Napa to the inside of Nate Bell for the lead. And he is going to take it away from the 15. Napa winless this season in the 01. Alex Bonsignor also winless this season. He won 3 times last season here in the Turkey Hill Series, and we have barely even talked about him at all this season. But here he is, second right now at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, trying to get his first win in the Turkey Hill Series since Chicagoland last season. That was a while ago. Not sure the last time. I think the last time he won here on Napa Fan was in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Kansas. Still, it hasn't really been the best of seasons for him here in the Turkey Hill Series. He'd like to turn that around with a win here today, and he's going to get a great shot at it. Now 9 laps to go. Alex Bonsignor taking the lead away from Landon Napa, but here comes the Kansas winner. Cookie Helms in the 99, closing into these guys. And this 99 definitely is going to have a shot at winning this thing, but Bonsignor pulling away in the 42. Napa falling back in the 01. Nichols is going to take third away from him. And Marty Johnson definitely with a great run here in the number 20. Now the big question is, those other guys, when they came in under that second caution, they're good to go to the end of the race. They do not have to come in again. But these guys here who stayed out, they might have to come down again. We don't know if they're going to have to do that. If that's the case, which it's going to be very interesting now because the caution is out. Ryan Madden in the 5, all torn up with Jonathan Skimnicki. And these guys are racing back to the line. Only 2 guys, I do believe, might have crossed the line before that caution came out. You see the smoke through turn 4. That's where the crash happened. Alex Bonsignor is going to lead the field back. And this is where the big question is, will these leaders have to come down the pit lane and quickly get some gas? I would definitely not do that if I were them. I'd definitely try to stay out and win. Now, the whole question is for Marty Johnson, is that a good thing for him because he's in the championship hunt? You might not want to do that. I mean, you got a 5th place finish going for you right now, while Trey Barto currently runs in the 19th position. You would gain 14 points on him. It'd be a 20-point differential between Johnson and Barto if it finished the way it is right now. Does appear that Bonsignor is going to stay out. We're going to have a couple laps to finish this one out here. Let's go ahead and see what happened to 3rd place in the points, Ryan Madden, who has crashed for 2 consecutive races here in the Turkey Hill Series. Now, seeing this, I can understand why Ryan Madden did this. He has been having a very frustrating day and just being too aggressive, over-driving it through turn 4, getting into the 48 of Matt Tuck. And that would not have ended his day, I don't believe. I think he would have still been able to continue. But then the number 70 of Jonathan Skimnicki, who was involved in the prior crash, is going to come right in and T-bone the 5. And that's going to shake up that 5 machine just a little too much. And Skimnicki into the outside wall, driver's door first. We've seen way too much of that in today's race. Matt Tuck in the 48 also around. And Madden. He was so close to getting around Barto in the points for so many races here late in the going this season. But his season is now unfortunately falling apart in the number 5. He came into this race 35 points behind. He's going to finish well behind Trey Barto in this race, and he is going to be farther behind with only 2 races left. Not good at all for Ryan Madden. Replay this in real time, and we don't really see crashes like this too much in Inter 2003. But a simultaneous spin into turn number 4 for Matt Tuck and Ryan Madden. Then you see the 70 Bola strike when he hit that number 5 of Ryan Madden and Skimnicki. He is definitely going to be done for the day in the number 70. A tough break for him and a tough break for Ryan Madden, especially because that is not going to end his championship hopes. But that makes it very hard for him to win the championship when he was so close to doing it just a few races ago. Going to have an interesting restart. Alex Bonsignor is the leader. Let's see what he does when we restart here in the Aldi 300 at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. 3 laps to go when we restart here in the Aldi 300. This will be the last restart of the race here in the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Alex Bonsignor leads the field in the number 42. He won 3 races last season. Winless so far this season. He'd like to get one this season. Leading the field right now. Cookie Helms, a winner already this season. Isaac Nichols, a part-time driver. He's had a pretty rough season in that number 0, but he'd like to get a win. Landon Napa, and second in the points, Marty Johnson, trying to close up the Trey Barto in the point standings and get into championship contention at the end of this one. Bonsignor with a great jump on Cookie Helms, but will he be able to hold everybody off and get the win here at Rockingham? 3 laps to go here in the Aldi 300 for Alex Bonsignor. Cookie Helms, brake checked a little bit, entering turn 2, and Bonsignor is going to be able to pull away a little bit. Going to be a high-speed chess match for this one. Bonsignor trying to pull away from the 99. Trying to get the run off the corner. Helms is closing in the number 99 machine. Remember, this guy won the NRLOA Big One. If you win that race, you're definitely a great driver. And he's going to show that here with an attempted pass on the 42. Bonsignor gets the run on the outside. Helms got into him. And here comes Isaac Nichols looking to screw everything up for the 99 of Cookie Helms. Bonsignor remains out front, trying to grab his first win of the season. Helms trying to grab his second, and Nichols, just a part-time driver who needs a great day. Marty Johnson still in 5th. And they're still in the same order they restarted in. Coming to the white flag, Cookie Helms with a run to the inside. No! Bonsignor remains out front with 1 lap to go. Cookie Helms trying to get to the inside of him. He's got his chance. They're going to get into each other. They're going to get into each other. Bonsignor remains out front. Helms trying to get to the inside. Helms bumping the 42 up the racetrack. They're side by side on the final lap. Will Bonsignor get the run on the outside? Cookie Helms taking it from the 42. What a move. They could have crashed, but they didn't. Cookie Helms is going to grab his second win of the season here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. And that one has got to hurt for Alex Bonsignor in the 42. And I won't blame, okay. Let me just say this right now. Good friend Elijah Gordon does not like storylines, so we're not going to make a storyline out of this. But if this were the real thing, you might not blame the 42 of Alex Bonsignor for being upset with the 99 there, especially exiting turn 1. That 99 came very close to spinning that 42 to the inside wall. Fortunately for both of those guys, it didn't happen, and a good point stay for both of those guys, and a good point stay for Marty Johnson. Johnson finishing 5th. He is going to gain some points on the number... Whoopsie, sorry about that. On the number 2 of Trey Barto. There is your winner, Cookie Helms, in the number 99. Comes home with the victory. Now, Trey Barto finished in 17th position. So Marty Johnson's only going to gain 12 points, but still... Marty Johnson isn't going to be too far behind Barto. Only 22 points behind with 2 races left. That is plenty of time for the number 20 of Marty Johnson, the close up to the 2 of Trey Barto. It is going to be between those two guys for the championship. I do not believe anybody else is going to have a shot. I could be wrong. You guys will see the points at the end of the video. But that was a good finish there. I almost thought that the 99 and the 42 were going to crash while leading, and Isaac Nichols was going to come in and get the win. But it didn't happen, and Cookie Helms, maybe a little bit of dirty driving. That's questionable, but y'all got to respect this man. NRLOA Big One winner and a 2-time winner this season here in the Turkey Hill Series. There are the official stings right there. That was a memorable finish here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, and I'm definitely glad you sticked around for it. Cookie Helms, Alex Bonsignor, Landon Napa, Isaac Nichols, and my phone is ringing, so hold on a minute. Okay, I am sorry about that. My dad called, and I'm the only one here right now. And, yeah. Anyways, Cookie Helms, Alex Bonsignor, Landon Napa, Isaac Nichols, Marty Johnson is going to close up on Trey Barto in those point standings, and he's going to have a shot at this thing. You know, he's kind of coming out of nowhere here. If you remember Season 2 of the Napa Truck Series last year, Tristan Walker came out of nowhere to win the championship. Will that happen with Marty Johnson? Barto's been in the points lead for quite a few races so far here in the Turkey Hill Series. Will he be able to hold on? And you guys will see in the next 2 races. Phoenix is going to be Wednesday, and Homestead is going to be Saturday. The finale race next week right here on Napa Fam. There are the rest of the finishing results. Ryan Madden came into this race 3rd in the points, unfortunately getting a 35th place finish after crashing late in the going. Skimnicki, Gavat, Cars, Hartnett, and Davey Johnson all getting involved in accidents here today. But everybody else finished on the lead lap, as you can see. And definitely a very interesting race here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Anyways, congratulations to Cookie Helms for getting the victory over Alex Bonsignor in this one. That's his 2nd win of the season. And it's going to be very interesting to see what he does in NRLOA IROC. That's coming up not next week. The week after next week. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyways, congratulations to Cookie Helms once again. Here are the points for the Turkey Hill Series. And that is it for me. I will see you guys later. Oh yeah, thank you guys very much for watching too. Forgot to say that.
It was a pear tree, well I don't know, so please